Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halaby and I'm a professional Muslim life coach, and welcome to day 19 of my Ramadan Reflections. I'd like to talk to you about time, not just time but about planning. And there's the saying that if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. And when we think about this month and what it means for us, 2/3 of the month have gone already. We've got 1/3 left. If the assessment of the 2/3 that have gone already has been, oh, we haven't done enough, or it's not gone the way that we wanted, or we didn't make the most of it, it will leave you feeling a bit down in the dumps, not particularly very inspired, not very motivated. And then when you think about what you want to do for the next 10 days, the next 10 nights, that inspiration or that motivation just isn't there because you're busy giving yourself a hard time. If that's the case, if you find yourself being distracted, just doing meaningless stuff, just scrolling through social media or just doing all of those jobs that suddenly become really, really important, you ignored them for most of the year, but suddenly they're like, oh, we need to get them done. If you find yourself throwing yourself into things that are not what you would like to be doing during these 10 nights, or what you think you should be doing even, think about this. If making dua or if observing these nights seems like a bit of a washout already, then you're not putting into practice a plan, you're not putting into action a plan of action. You're putting into action a plan of inaction, of avoidance, of just trying to push things under the carpet, trying to brush things aside by suddenly focusing on things that are really, really important, that require your energy right now. If that's you, think about what this month means. Think about what you have. Think about what you can affect. We can't rewind this month. We can't go back and change the past. But what we have is right now. And it starts with one thought, one decision, one plan. And you do it. Not giving yourself a hard time about what you haven't done. Not thinking about that. But thinking about what can you do right now? What can you do? How can you connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right now, in this moment? What can you do in this moment that will get you a step closer to connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a way that you will begin to understand how you want to do? Because right now you don't have a plan. At the moment, you're too busy giving yourself a hard time over all the stuff you've not done. So there's no plan. So there's, not saying that we failed, but there's no plan in the offing here. There's no, it's almost like there's no hope. But if you can stop and give yourself just a pause, just some mercy, think, right, can't change that, can't change the past. What do I have any control or effect on? Well, yourself. You get to decide right now. Like, you're watching this, you might have scrolled on, in which case you won't be hearing this. But if you're here right now, you've decided to be. So in this moment, how can you connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It might be the shortest dua. It might be a word of gratitude. It could be subhanallah. What are you grateful for in this moment? And if you can't think of what you're grateful for, if you can't think of what you are grateful for, can you be grateful for this moment? Not what you've got in the moment, not what you've got, not what you've had, not what this brings, but the fact that you have this moment, that you have time, that you have now. Because we don't know what's coming next, and we can't go back and change the past. But what we have is right now. So if you make your plan to do what you can in the now, whether it be one word of gratitude, whether it be reciting a dua that you know, whether it be recalling a name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Whether it be just saying thank you for this moment, and then for the next moment, in the next moment, and the next moment. And you are thinking, you have Allah on your mind, and you are doing it. There's no failing there, because the plan hasn't been made. There is no plan. But if you make gratitude or make being present in what you can do right now the plan, then you've succeeded. Alhamdulillah, well done you. What can you do in this moment? How can you connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this moment? And if all else fails and you can't think of it, you can't think of anything, you can give gratitude that you have this moment, that you have this time, that you are thinking about what you are doing in this moment, in this time. I work with so many women who find it really, really difficult to even make dua, to ask, to think about what to ask. If that's you, if you are being distracted, if you've got a lot on your mind that is just getting in the way of even getting into these last 10 nights, not even know, like, what do you do? There are so many blessings on offer. It might become a bit too overwhelming. It's like, what do I do? Do I read Quran? Do I do lots of nawafil prayers? Do I recite dua? What do I do? And all the while you're asking, what do I do? What do I do? You're doing nothing. But if you can just stop and pause and think right now, what can I do in this moment? What can I do? How can I make the most of this moment? And it could be, like I say, just giving gratitude for the fact that you have this moment, reciting a dua, in the name of Allah, whatever it is that comes to your mind, but that gets you in that connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is in the thinking of Him. It is in the thinking of Him that our hearts find rest. It is in the thinking of Him that we perceive Him, because we can't touch Him, feel Him, or see Him. He is as His servant thinks of Him. So how do you choose to think about Allah in this moment? It doesn't take long. You think all the time. What can you think to do right now? Make that your plan. And when you've nailed that, make another one. Give gratitude for the next moment. These nights, subhanAllah, they're a gift. They're an opportunity. And they're for you as well. They're not for everyone else. Well, they are. They're for everyone else, but they're not just for everyone else. They're not for all the other people. They're for you too. And if you are struggling to make the most of these nights, because there's a lot going on in your mind, there's a lot going on that's, whether it be guilt or frustration, or whether it's just beating yourself up, or whether it is just not knowing what you ask for, when there is so much that is going on up here and in here that you can't even see your way clear to asking, to connecting, then I can most certainly help you with that. And you can direct message me or send me an email at connect@farahalabi.com to arrange a consultation to see what's going on for you and to help clear that pathway, clear that foggy thinking, so that you can plan, you can think, you can choose, you can decide, you can see what's going on for you. And from that place, you then take the actions, you then take the steps to absolutely gain the blessings that are on offer for this beautiful month, inshallah. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we're still here, we've still got time, alhamdulillah. It's not over yet. No fat ladies are singing just yet. It's not over. So, how do you choose to spend now? How do you choose to spend this moment? I'll let you crack on with thinking about that. As always, I pray that you're safe, well, happy and healthy, and inshallah I'll see you tomorrow for another little conversation. But for now, take care. Assalamu alaikum.